Ciao Juventini and welcome to my channel. Today we'll cover the latest news from Orlando and the latest tutor comment about the game. Stay with us. Ciao Juventini, before discussing the latest news from Orlando and the tutor's comment, I wanted to remind you to subscribe to this channel. Like, share, and comment. I read all the comments and I take into consideration when I do my videos. But let's start. Latest news from Orlando, and I'm sure that the source is really good because it's Colpo Gobbo and Romeo Gresti, so they are 100% reliable. There are a few comments. First, you might have read about Bangula and Wea. Bangula was okay to be sold to the UK. We are completely oppose himself to this operation. We don't know what Juventus will look like. Definitely Bangula is on the way out. Where we don't really know. Definitely we believe the 20 million were too low prices for them, but of course Juventus was in rush to conclude the sales, because they really need to close the balance sheet, and the balance sheet closed the 30th of June. What's going to happen? Most likely Bangula will be sold, and he's not one of the favorite for Tudor. Regarding Weah, we don't know. Weah was an option. Tudor used him as it's not in his starting 11, but he used him, but Juventus saw him an opportunity to cash and to build some cash, and hence we don't know. Most likely it will stay for the time being. And I know that we have spoke to McKennie. McKennie mentioned not to give up, to work hard, because he was in the same situation for a couple of times, but at the end he stayed in Juventus. Latest news is on Douglas Luiz. Douglas Luiz said he's very sad for this year in Juventus. He felt he wasted 1 year because he wasn't able to demonstrate his value. And he's highly considered by Tudor, but so far his fitness is not there yet. If we do a step back, and from what Colpo Gobbo said, he was half injured. He wasn't really well recovered. And of course, the way Juventus and J Medical cured him was completely wrong. Long story short, he had 3 times the same issue and he didn't recover well enough. He skipped the physical preparation. He said he was fit, but maybe he wasn't. If you are then, it was a new championship, so a new trainer, a new manager was giving him a different way of working, of playing. Plus, he broke up with his girlfriend. Last year was a really tough year. According with Tudor, he tried with during the, I think, Al Hilal, and he played quite well according to Tudor, but of course his fitness is not there yet. His physical preparation is still not there yet. So what Tudor wanted, he wanted him to rest for 2 games and not force him, not making the same mistake Motta did in the past and keep him injured. Apparently Tudor likes him and doesn't like him now because he hasn't shown, but if you look at the video and how he was playing with Emery in Aston Villa, he liked the intensity, he liked the speed, he liked how he was playing, his physicality. So he really considered. We don't know what's going to happen. Of course, there will be an opportunity. He will be sold. Douglas Luiz wants to stay in Juventus. He likes the group, likes the city. He really wants to demonstrate, repay Juventus for this year before moving. But if he needs to go, if Juventus want to sell him, he wants to play in Champions League. So he wants one of the top team. And I remember in the past, Manchester United, Manchester City, Chelsea were close to Douglas Luiz, especially in January, but Juventus decided to keep him. So we will wait and see. If we move to Tudor, Tudor is using the FIFA World Club to understand where we are and see and do an easy situation of the team. He played almost everyone except Rugani. He tried everyone. And the games against Manchester City was the classical game to show the management what our limitation is. We know we are not a strong team. I think the 2 wins against Al Hilal and Wydad has created too much enthusiasm. And the loss against Manchester City has created so much negativity. I mentioned in my previous video, Juventus, it's still the same. It's the team that arrived 4th at the last minutes of the championship. Is a team that still doesn't have a structure, is building here. There are positive notes like Ildiz and Conceição. De Gregorio is still demonstrated as a very valid goalkeeper. Maybe we should have sold Chesney too quickly, but it's a good value alternative. But beside the rest, of course, Thuram, very good purchase, but beside the rest is a team that needs to understand the nature, needs to know. We need to increase the level of the player. We still can't play with Locatelli and McKenna in the midfield. That's ridiculous. These 2 players are supposed to be on the bench in Juventus. So Tudor is showing and assessing every single player, trying to learn who they are, what they are doing. Even Kostic played, he never played it. He liked him. So you need to see in a pure game. And the next game against Real Madrid will be another game. So it's good. We earn more money as Juventus, so financially it's a good competition. Nobody has the idea or the dream to win the competition. There are teams much stronger than us, but it's a good opportunity for Tudor to assess every single player and start planning next season. That's what we need to look at. We need to start planning next season. We need to start showing the management where the gap is. Defense is a big problem. Midfield is a big problem. Strike is a big problem. So it's it's like when you have the car and you do a test and you see what faults there are. So this game and the game against Manchester City was a great opportunity for Tudor to show what the problems are and having a list ready to show Comolli and say what we're going to do. Quick jump to the market because of what we are going to do. So good news about Jonathan David. The player agreed, the salary has been agreed, about 6 million. Now Juve is trying to save on the commission of his manager. His manager wants 10 million USD, about maybe 8 million euros. And Juve is trying to squeeze down this. And there is a reason behind this very hard negotiation. Vlahovic is still pushing back. He doesn't want to go to AC Milan now, apparently, because he wants to play Champions League. He doesn't want to go in Turkey, despite they're paying a lot of money, because he wants to play to high level of football, and he wants to play in Champions League. He wants to play high championship. He has a lot of ask, but at the moment he has demonstrated he's a top club player. It's a very good player, but it's not world class player. So again, this is the problem. Juve thinking that he's gonna lose